people are acting like Michael Jackson are out there. They acting like they trying to chase down Tyler the Creator and Chris Brown or something. I don't know why hair bundles, eyelashes, BBLs. I can't figure it out for the life of me. Why it has such a death grip on black women and sassy black men. It blows my mind. People are going insane over. If somebody in the chat can possibly help me to understand what the heck is going on here and why black women in particular will go absolutely haywire over bundles and fake hair, let me know. People are in bundles for girls is here. What the fuck? Look at the big bags. You see the big bags in there? Y'all don't see that? But you see the bonnets? Y'all don't. We ain't never got to worry about anybody else or any other race or any other culture trying to hold us down. We doing more than good enough doing ourselves a disservice as far as the culture and the community. And let's be clear, I'm not necessarily saying that I'm a part of the culture. I'm not saying that I'm a part of the community, but I can't ignore the fact that I am naturally stereotyped in the same category as the rest of these people. This is crazy what I'm looking at right here. Look at that. Yet they'll sit there and talk to me and tell me about how difficult it is and why voting don't matter. Nobody move.
What's up? Leave a chat in the comment. Leave a comment in the chat.
They out there in nightgowns, fam. Look. They out there in bonnets and nightgowns, family. Look at this.
Son of a bitch.
Yo, we are doomed. We are 100% doomed. Again, like I said, we don't have to worry about anybody doing it to us. As far as culturally, I don't rock with everybody. You'll never, ever, under any circumstance, not then, not now, not ever in the future, find me in any spaces participating in any kind of situation like this is crazy. It is absolutely insane. We don't run like this to education. Try to send your kid into the library, not gonna happen. Tell people to educate themselves. Tell people to start participating in politics. The city council meetings be empty, and you can go and view them online. City council meetings empty. They don't have a clue who's running a district. Don't nobody know nothing with regard to politics except for whatever the talking points the Democrats give them. But busting through the door, and I can't hate on him, right? I'm not saying that anything is wrong with the guy that opened up the business, because obviously he knows where the field of void is at. But I'm just saying, gosh, what the heck is going on, man? Why is it this way?
That's why they talk about it like a dog. People people really got out of their bed in robes, house slippers, and bonnets on top of their heads.
Getting all your daily nutrients is hard work, but nutrition gaps in your diet are inevitable. But there's an
For some free of that, and what you gonna get? I wish they had the same enthusiasm for their kids' school supplies and running down to that schoolhouse meeting them teachers. Jonathan White couldn't even have his grand opening because y'all act like football. Only if y'all can serve God just like that on a Sunday morning. I really want to see a stampede at the schoolhouses on the first day of school. Shit, all throughout the year. And what's sad and embarrassing, y'all couldn't even organize yourself in a decent manner to be able to be out of it. The security guard literally told them to move back or they would have to close it. They started moving fast. But y'all be mad because y'all kids hard-headed and don't listen. They get it from you. They should have been giving out some.
How's it going, everybody? Leave a comment in the chat. Like,
But I'm
share, and
definitely gonna start
subscribe.
selling me some here, but it's
Normally I
But
put
you
a
know
lot
what
of
the
shorts on
interesting about
this
this whole
on my
situation
YouTube,
though
so
is
check them out as well.
They'll tell you that everybody's suffering, ain't nobody got no money, can't nobody do nothing, everybody is broke, it's a recession out here for all of these people, but they are booming when it comes to them jumping out of bed with their nightgowns on, and they bonnets, and they eyelashes, and all of that stuff. Listen, if everything goes wrong, and somehow, some way they take away my experiences in corporate America to where I can never get a job and all of my income just so happens to mysteriously disappear, I'm going to go sell some hair. The hair industry has a death grip on the Black community. I don't know why. I don't know how. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with people getting their hair done. But what I'm saying is that display of foolishness with no shame whatsoever, everybody recording, shutting the whole place down, screaming into the top of their lungs so that they can get some free bundles and some free hair is absolutely crazy to me. But, they'll sit there and say that I'm crazy, that I'm a coon, I'm a sellout because I don't support the Black community and all of this. Listen, you don't need no money from me. You don't need nothing. All you got to do is reallocate your funds to do what's best for your children and, stop having kids out of wedlock, making sure that we go towards the things that actually matter and add value into our lives. And so, again, I don't think that it's anybody or anything holding us back. We doing a good enough job on our own. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon link is in the description. Teach Henley 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. Let me see what y'all got going on in the community. In the community comment stage.
Yeah. Okay. Macallan? Very beautiful.
Let this soft mineral melt under your tongue to improve vision so you can say goodbye to your optometrist for good.
Yeah.
Did you know there is a natural way to enhance your eyesight that only around 3% of the population even knows exists? At the Global Institute of Vision Studies, scientists have developed a unique tart liquid that can improve eye health and reclaim vision if you do it each night. Wondering how...
Respects. We're seeing phenomenal numbers in terms of the business we do with other countries and the business we do within our own country. I mean, really phenomenal numbers. We'll be announcing a new statistician sometime over the next 3-4 days. We had no confidence. I mean, the numbers were ridiculous, what she announced, but that was just one negative number. All of the numbers seem to be great. And so we'll see how that comes out. And if you remember, just before the election, this woman came out with these phenomenal numbers on Biden's economy. Phenomenal numbers. And then right after the election, they announced that those numbers were wrong. And that's what they did the other day. So it's a scam, in my opinion. My opinion is it's just additional scam.
On Russia, Mr. President, can you say, have those nuclear submarines been deployed yet to face Russia?
I've already put out a statement, and the answer is they are in the region, yeah, where they have to be.
Can you say what Steve Witkoff's message will be to the Russians? Is there anything they can do to avoid sanctions at this point?
get a deal where people stop getting killed. They had a number that just came out that a tremendous number of Russian soldiers are being killed. And likewise, Ukraine, a lower number, but still thousands and thousands of people. And now we're adding towns where they're being hit by missiles. So it's a lot of people being killed in that ridiculous war. And, you know, we stopped a lot of countries from war, India and Pakistan. We stopped a lot of countries. And we're going to get that one stopped too. Somehow we're going to get that one stopped. That's a really horrible war. You heard about Cambodia and Thailand. We got that one done. We got the Congo, which was going on for 31 years. Rwanda. That one's done. We stopped a lot of wars. This is the one we seem to be, this should be the easiest to stop, and it's not. I mean, Rwanda and Congo were going on 31 years when I got it stopped. 8 million people dead, at least. That's what they have, but I think the number's much higher. And the leaders of each country, Rwanda and the Congo, they were great. They were great, and they wanted it stopped. 31 years it went on. We stopped a lot of wars. Serbia, Kosovo was going to be happening, and I don't believe it will now, so we stopped that one too. Yes?
Same old phone? Nah. Upgrade to the new Galaxy Z Fold 7.
Sparkle is here to save the day and save you money. See, it's just right for everyday message. That's great. Day saved, money saved, Jip.
So Ethan, in his fucking what's the word for it? I'm trying to think. Crusade against these people. He's going absolutely apeshit about this. So he's been suing them, and here we go. It's a crusade.
So let's go ahead and start with Frogie. Of course, I've got my PP. Now it's the same PP, but I'm going to do it differently and do it kind of special for you guys. So
Frogan
this
gives
is a very
up.
special PP because it's live. So let's talk about this. Frogan is literally about to default early next week. What has she done with the 50K she raised? We have not heard from her or her attorney at all.
What a flop.
She has like 5 days to respond to our complaint, or she loses by default. And this was last night.
Wow.
And this was last night. So it's probably down to 4 days. It's probably down to 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
So after this came from Ethan, so this from Ethan, right? This was the Snarkers. And this is one of the most legally inaccurate takes. That's one of the most legally
Wow, what a surprise. A Redditor doesn't know what they're talking about. Can you believe that?
inaccurate takes ever. Okay. This
No
is
way.
Can't wait to see the case.
Ethan with scorched earth. It's going to get worse.
Missed after Fro. What is she like? First of all, who calls her Fro? Like when I hear them call her Fro, it sounds like she's fro young. Okay, like I can't
That ice
not
cream
think
shit?
that she's frozen yogurt.
Oh.
So let's get into it. After Fro files a motion to quash after being improperly served, this dude is such.
I never, ever eat that. Like there was some like rich white people area that my ex-girlfriend wanted me to go to, and she wanted me to buy her one of them. I refused to even eat a single bite. I would not eat it. I already have ice cream. I don't need another one. I will not.
An idiot. He has all of his money and
No.
doesn't know what to do with it. So therefore,
ice
his
cream like an old
lack
person.
of a lawyer
Tastes of gay.
is just taking it
that's-
from him.
I knew it.
LMAO. This is really funny. Okay, well, first of all,
This dude is such an idiot. He has all the money and doesn't know what to do with it. Therefore, his quack of a lawyer. Oh God.
let's correct the record. All lawyers are greedy, money-sucking,
That's right.
soulless.
Whenever I heard this is why I wanted to go to law school.
quacks. No, they're all
Yeah.
crazy in a special way. All lawyers are just crazy in a special way. But beyond that,
Yeah, as soon
this
as I
is
realized that,
really inaccurate
yeah.
and completely wrong. And I'm going to explain how this is just completely wrong.
you're
So-
fine. No, the reason actually was because I played Magic the Gathering, And my friend Jason knew all the rules so well that he could manipulate the rules to make himself win in disputes where he shouldn't have won. But I couldn't argue against it because I didn't know the rules as well as him. And so I thought that if I could learn the legal code, I could manipulate people in the world in a way that he could manipulate Magic the Gathering, and it would give me an advantage over everybody else. That was the real reason. So it's kind of close. Because if you know the rules to life, then you can use them and abuse them.
First of all, let's explain what a default judgment is. Okay? Default judgment is a court ruling in favor of the plaintiff, typically because the defendant does not file a defense, or the defendant doesn't acknowledge
They don't even know what
So,
happened.
you know, if you just want to stick your head in the sand and pretend you don't know what's going on, you're likely going to get a default judgment. Now,
so it's not like it's even going to get thrown out. The only person that's going to get thrown out is Frogan.
There are certain circumstances in which not receiving service is a real thing.
Yeah.
However,
that's why they have to
in
send
this
you
case,
papers.
Ethan Klein has multiple methods. He can, obviously have what we call hand deliveries when you're hand service, but there's also service by publication, so you can publish it in newspaper journal circulation.
That's right.
And that can generally get back and serve the service. And beyond that,
she acknowledged it. She should have never acknowledged it.
All know that Frogan knows about this lawsuit.
Of course.
Like, it's not something that Frogan doesn't know about. It's very public. So it's very clear what's going on here to a judge. But Frogan is trying to dodge.
She already started
Frogan is
with
trying to
Yeah,
evade
it's
this,
over.
right? And
She knows that. Everybody knows that.
This default judgment, this court ruling in favor of the plaintiff, he would win without Frogan ever having a chance to assert defense. So Frogan, even if she gets this default judgment, so even if the court ends up ultimately siding with Ethan Klein and saying, hey, default judgment. And remember, with the default judgment, that isn't a win for Klein. He gets what he wants. So he'll get damages, whatever else
it's
he
like
wants.
if your team quits the game in the middle of a match, you still win the match, but
the video, whatever he wants, he's going to get that by default. Say, oh, this person is not fighting back, so okay. And then he can proceed, if she doesn't do anything, can proceed to collecting on that judgment at a certain point. However, Krogi Yogi does have a potential opportunity to challenge the default judgment. And she does that with an objection to the default judgment, which is a motion to set aside. So she can make a motion to set aside the default judgment. Now, she does need to have a valid excuse, right? So not receiving the claim could be if...
No, you set up a GoFundMe, you talked about it. That is not going to happen.
If the service, all types of service were invalid. But I guarantee you that at least one type of service that they used on this, whether it was, a hand delivery or a publication or some sort of substitute service, was legally sufficient to provide notice of service or sufficient service to proceed with the case.
Well, she already
They're
knew
not going to issue the default judgment typically if there was it was completely bunk service. But the burden would be on Frogi to prove that. And beyond that,
there's no way she can prove that, especially if he said it and she acknowledged it the entire time.
You'd have to have something like illness or extreme emergency. And as far as we know, in the Frogan case, Frogan is not in the hospital. Frogan is not under extreme emergency. Frogan was not in a crisis zone.
Well, I think that she is. I mean, Lorenz probably do, and that's not going so well, I would assume. But she does have that extra $35,000, so maybe things will be okay.
She's not somewhere where bad stuff is going down.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Or she have to prove a procedural error.
Unless the judge is sympathetic to Frogan. What do you think? Do you think the judges are going to be sympathetic to Frogan?
How to find the right car for you. Go to cars.com. Look at the car you like. Ciao. Find your next possibility on cars.com.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. GoodRx, they save you a lot of money. So it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Save up to 80% on your prescriptions with GoodRx. Download the free app.
right? However, she has to respond to do this, and that response has to be very prompt and persuasive. So she'd have to do that anyway.
Oh, that's
so
just
she's gonna have to go back, write the court, and explain why she did not respond before, etc. And the judge is not obliged to accept that. The judge can say, "I don't accept this. We're still sticking with the default."
Damn.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the biggest thing, and here's where the snarkers are completely wrong. This is where the snarkers just are completely...
Wait, so are you telling me that a bunch of random Redditors with no degree or any sort of knowledge in this topic whatsoever actually don't know what they're talking about? There's no way. This might be the first time that's happened.
Stupid. Is even if Bogey objects to the default, and even if the judge grants her motion, if everything goes the same way, you know what the end result is?
She's paying
You know what
even
the end
money.
result?
That's the end result.
Well, it's not the case being dropped, kids. It's the case proceeding as normal.
Man.
So if Brogan goes through all this extra work, all she's gonna do
is make it happen anyway.
Have the case proceed as normal. Literally, somebody in the chat said it here. Square one. It's back at square one. Congratulations, Brogan. You literally did nothing. You do all this work for freaking nothing. Wow, Queen. Wow. So smart. Oh my God.
Slay.
Right. We're just going crazy. But let's also talk about the money.
Uh-oh.
So here's our lovely Brogy. And she's got, her legal defense fund, I think, planned $35K. She also had other donations from other places. So I believe,
$35,000. That's a lot of money.
It was around $50K.
Oh, her goal was $200,000 though. Oh, okay, never mind. It's not so good, huh?
Okay. He's tracking this closer than I am, so let's just assume that it's 50K,
He is.
She's got at least 35K here. But she had this legal defense fund, and my concern is, what about the money? What did you do with the cash, Brogan? What did you do with the cash?
Where's the money, Lebowski?
You're not spending all that money on your lawsuit. And so the question is, where is that money going, Brogan?
Everybody knows.
Where is that money going, Brogan? Is that going to your muffin budget? Because it's certainly not going into responding to the claims, right? Certainly not going to respond to the claims. And what happens if the funds were diverted to purposes other than the legal defense? That's a possible crime. That's a possible crime.
It's obviously, I mean, you're raising money for something and then you don't even spend the money on it. Like, you're misleading people. Absolutely, it's bullshit.
Yes,
Theft
it's
by
not
deception.
right. It ain't right.
Pretenses, fraud, this type of fraud, also wire fraud. So we're talking about potential theft or fraud. Did it go
So
into
what if she raises? Wait a minute. So are we in a universe where if by her raising money for this legal defense, and then she doesn't actually need it and defend herself, she could actually end up losing 2 court cases at the same time? So for the Nuts Taku video is going to be Frogan is now 200% fucked. And for
That's a
once,
very good
he'd be
question.
right.
We don't know. And once again, this is speculation.
Yeah.
This is speculation. So out there, I'm being very clear.
Nobody
it's
knows.
speculating. It's a question I'm asking. And I don't know. And we need to know, where's the money, Frogan? What are you doing? The other thing is, if she was misdirecting these funds, she could be fined. There can be restitution, right? Meaning the money is returned to the people that donated.
So the money gets returned to everybody. She loses the lawsuit against Ethan, and she also gets in trouble for fraud. Guys, I don't think I can take this much winning.
Can even be prison time. So we need to figure out what's going on with that
There's
money.
no
So
way.
last night, this was the language last night. Tell me if she changed this language. Because I highlighted this, and this is what was up last night. as of last night. Okay? So after 2 years of target harassment campaign against me, Ethan Klein has now escalated it into suing me for reacting to his video on Hassan and myself on his video titled Content Nuke Hassan Pipe. This fundraiser to cover any and all legal fees associated with this complaint and any counterclaims against him. So stop there. So far,
So she clearly states what it's for. She says this is what this fundraiser is for.
As we know,
not Muffins.
She has not paid any.
It is not for Muffins.
She definitely hasn't filed any counterclaims.
Yes.
So as to these two, they're wrong. Now here's the part where
zero
we
Muffins.
might get into some debate. This next part, the part I underline. She
Personal
puts
expenses.
any other bills, and personal expenses. So she's gonna argue, oh, I can put food under that.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Did you know that Mint's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back?
Who is this?
I told you it's Ryan.
This seems like a scam text.
This isn't a scam text.
If this is another wellness thing, I'm out.
Seriously, Mint's offering unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month right now. This isn't some...
What if she comes back and there's like 50 Labubu's behind her?
I can put makeup under that because I need to look pretty for litigation.
Bro,
I can do all this sort of stuff. That's a personal expense. I can pay for like 22 layers of cover up. Right?
Yeah.
Under personal expense, because that's a personal expense. But the problem is, and then the rest is from lost wages and damages arising from this litigation.
Yes.
Well, the question is, when you have arising from, if you're not participating in the litigation, if you're not fighting back, there's no litigation to speak of. Therefore, it's not arising from.
That is what she's saying. He's right. Fucking got him. Fucking got you. There it is. That's grammar. That's right.
Litigation. So despite the fact that personal expenses is here, and that might be valid, it's in connection with the litigation. It's not personal expenses for her to go on a personal trip, right? Or her to go buy